joined the BB as I wanted to learn more about God and do charity work. I first learned about the BB when I saw the BB boys collecting cans of food for the elderly folks. I wanted to help other people too, and the Boys Brigade provided the opportunity for me to do so. That's why I joined the BB.
Ever since I entered primary school, I always wanted to join BB because I heard that there were many fun and interesting camps and activities, and there were also many meaningful parades where BB boys learn Christian values. So when I entered P3 and was eligible to join BB, I immediately jumped at the chance and asked my mother to apply for BB.
One of the reasons why I decided to join BB was because my sister had joined GB and was enjoying herself there. Secondly, I wanted to be part of a uniform group that nurtured Christian values. In doing so, I realized it was easier to bond with other Christians among the school community.
I decided to join BB mainly because of my parents' influence. They thought that joining BB and being around my officers and friends and fellow BB mates would be a good influence for me and will help me to learn many lifelong lessons and values. At first, I was actually quite dubious about the CCA and I was worried that I wouldn't be able to learn anything from this CCA. However, I soon got to know all my officers and BB mates, and I found BB an extremely enjoyable thing. I still remember many of my parades and events that happened during BB and many values and life lessons too. Through BB, I have learned values such as unity and perseverance, and I'm very glad that I have joined BB.
I joined the Boys Brigade in Primary 4 in ACSJ because of this exciting and meaningful program. I found great fulfillment and joy during my time in 12J and have grown in knowledge of God's Word. So I joined the Boys Brigade in 12BR.
Back when I was considering which UG to choose, BB stood out as the best option to me. Although I wasn't from the juniors program, the Christian and spiritual element really appealed to me. I wanted a CCA that provided a community that would aid me in my growth and personal walk with God. Needless to say, I have not been disappointed. I'm extremely grateful for all the opportunities to develop not only my skills, but also to learn more about God.
There were two main reasons why I joined BB. Firstly, it was because it was a Christian-based CCA. And secondly, my parents asked me to join BB. I initially thought that BB was just another CCA, but instead, I found that BB has provided me the platform to serve God, my juniors, and the wider community around us. The Boys Brigade is an experience that has enriched me and has helped me to grow to become more sure and steadfast in this journey called life.
I actually came from the Girls Brigade, so from there I had the experience of being in a uniform group, and I realized that uniform groups really help to develop people holistically and supports the growth as an individual. So I thought that this would really help me in that aspect. And I also liked the Christian aspect about BB, and I thought that joining BB will help me to grow in my faith as well as to find a Christ-centered community as well.
The most memorable experience for me would be the BB camp hosted before the COVID outbreak. That was my first BB camp and the only one where I was able to stay at school overnight. During the BB camp, we were able to cook our own food, build tents, and play laser tag. We had a lot of fun and learned many things which made it memorable.
My most memorable experience in BB by far is definitely the 2019 June BB camp. During this camp, we took part in many interesting activities like archery, trekking, team games, and many more. We even watched a movie that night. At first, I was a little bit nervous as it's my first time that I camped without my parents. However, since the activities are so fun, I forgot about my anxiety. My favorite activity in the camp was archery because at that time I didn't know how to use a bow and arrow, and so when I was very excited when I learned archery. The experience was very enriching and meaningful, and now I know how to use a bow and arrow. I really enjoyed the experience. Overall, this camp was a very fun and memorable experience that I'll never forget.
In my opinion, the camps were the most memorable, as firstly, we would learn very important life-saving skills and first aid skills that would help us in life-threatening situations. Secondly, we learned how to do outdoor cooking, and we would share things we learned by the fire. This made our fellowship even stronger. The highlight of the camp is laser tag. I enjoyed this tremendously because it builds teamwork and friendships.
The most memorable experience I had in BB was when I was instructed by my officers to plan a games day for my juniors. One BB parade day, my officers reached out to me and several of my BB mates and asked us to plan a games day for my juniors in a couple of weeks' time. I was originally very excited and thrilled for this event, and I couldn't wait to get started. Over the 3 weeks, me and my BB mates made some slides to make sure that our juniors could understand our game, and we also checked the PE storeroom to make sure that it had all the equipment necessary for our game. On the actual day of the parade, we are all very pleased to see that all our juniors enjoyed the game and that all our hard work had paid off. This event was especially memorable for me because it was the first time I had the honor and privilege to do something for my juniors and play a part in my BB company. I am very thankful for my officers for letting me run this games day event.
My most memorable experience in BB was when we all came together in our different squads to make and design our own flags for each squad. And this is because my squad had a very long time discussing which animals and how we were to organize the different parts of the flag that we wanted to design and draw from each member of the squad.
Personally, for me, the most memorable experience I had in the BB would definitely be the outdoor cooking session. It was definitely the most memorable out of all the activities we've done in the BB, mainly because of all the experience that I gained from such an activity. I was able to get to know my cohort mates better through this activity by being able to cook with one another, and at the same time it was quite a fun experience to be able to experiment with different ingredients and while at the same time trying not to overcook our final product. Overall, throughout this year, while quite a few activities had to be postponed or cancelled because of COVID restrictions, sessions like the outdoor cooking session gave me quite a lot of experience, and I definitely do look forward to future activities that hopefully won't be affected by COVID.
I would like to thank God and our BB teacher in charge, Mr. Wong, in my Boys Brigade journey. I thank God as He placed this opportunity in front of me so that I can help others and learn more about Him. I would also like to thank Mr. Wong for his kindness, guidance and understanding. I have learned a lot from him. I am thankful for all the experiences that I've gained throughout my years in the BB, and I hope that we'll be able to continue our normal activities next year.
I would like to thank all BB teachers who helped plan BB's motto, to be sure and steadfast in our hearts, nurturing us in who we are today.
One person I would really like to thank is Mr. Caleb Huang, because when I was feeling unwell during LTC, he attended to me and helped me with a lot of my problems, and he made sure I was feeling okay, along with Madam Loh Hei-Shin. I'm really grateful to them for helping me and always looking out for us and the BB boys whenever we have problems and whenever we are feeling unwell.
As for someone I'd like to thank personally, for me, there isn't one person I'd like to thank, but rather a few people. I'd like to thank all my Year 5 seniors for the activities they organized for all of us. Even when we were forced to go online for BB, they still were able to organize quite a few fun activities for us to carry out. I want to also thank them for the engaging CE sessions they had. And I would like to thank in particular my Year 5 seniors from Philippines for helping us to engage in meaningful discussion during our senior sessions in our rooms.
Thank you to all the officers, teachers, primers, seniors, and all my juniors for making my time in BB an enjoyable and meaningful one.
The one thing I enjoy most about BB is the drills. Although the drills may be tiring to other people, I find it exciting as it teaches us to have coordination and teamwork. Coordination because when we stamp our foot, right, it should have one sound, but sometimes we get different early sounds. So it teaches us to be coordinated and make sure that we have just one sound. Yes, and teamwork is because we all need to work together to make the move correct and to make sure that everything is perfect about it in order to perfect the drill move.
The thing I enjoyed most about BB was the UK trip that we attended in 2019. Being an ex-member of the 12 BRJ company, I attended a trip with my friends, Raphael, Joseph and Ethan and other members of the 12 company. Through this trip, I gained a deeper knowledge on the history of BB and developed a greater passion towards BB. I was really grateful for the opportunity to make new friends through this trip too. During the trip, we explored different parts of the UK and also we explored the history of BB, which was really interesting because I learned that BB is not just a CCA, but it's also a history by itself.
BB gives me a chance to interact with many people. Through these interactions, I learned to serve joyfully and humbly. BB also fostered great team spirit and collaboration with my friends and developed leadership skills. It is truly a wholesome and fulfilling experience.
I think what I enjoy most about BB is the friendships forged along the way. Over the years, I've come to know a lot of good people who are always willing to lend a helping hand, and I'm extremely thankful to have them by my side. This year, having stepped up as the company's new admin, there were definitely difficult times. The new roles and responsibilities were a challenge at first, but I'm glad to say that we've all pulled through. Through the support and guidance of our officers, seniors, and teachers, we managed to successfully plan activities and programs for the entire company. Of course, I'm also grateful to God, who saw me through the ups and downs of the year. This year has really been a memorable one, and I look forward to another year of service.
One word to describe my BB journey would be amazing, as BB has allowed me to meet many of my friends today, which has touched my life, and also has allowed me to gain many different life skills such as not tying in first aid during our primary school BB camp.
Using one word to describe the BB journey that I've been through, I would describe BB as a very enriching one. Through BB, I learned several skills such as map reading and rope tying, etc. I also made great friends in BB and I'm really thankful for it. From primary 4 till now, BB has been really enjoyable and I'm really looking forward to the years to come.
I would probably describe my BB journey as fun. Having joined BB back in primary school, I have experienced many fun and enjoyable activities in both 12J and 12BR, such as laser tag, archery, outdoor cooking, and expedition. During these activities, I forged many friendships with the people around me and enjoyed the times we had bonding with one another. Even though I experienced a few stressful times in my journey in BB, such as being the IC in LTC, my friends, primers, and officers still supported and helped me there, and this made it enjoyable and fun for me.
Meaningful. My BB journey has definitely been a meaningful one. From when I first joined the seniors program in secondary 1, and more recently, the primers program this year. My BB journey has definitely given me plenty of opportunities for me to grow, and the true values of obedience, reverence, discipline, self-respect, and all that tends towards true Christian manliness.
I would probably describe my BB journey as new because having joined BB this year, it took me a while getting used to especially the many acronyms that are there, and also, you know, the way BB is run and the system, etc. Other than the very visible and practical skills such as tent pitching and knot tying, I think another way that BB has really impacted me in the friends that I've made, and also having the experience of collaboration, planning, time management. Yeah, so I think these are a few ways that BB has impacted me.